mom. And my mother is a good woman, and she loved all of us. She just needed those resources, the extra resources to take care of us.
Personally, I really think I could have lost my children. I'm not sure that I would have survived another postpartum depression without the kind of support that the agency offered me.
Does not generally support prevention efforts, does not generally support the kind of aftercare efforts once a child is reunified, doesn't support kinship care for children if they go into care.
Next hour, 36 children across the country will be removed from their families and enter foster care. How many of them might be able to stay with their families if we were doing a better job of preventing child abuse and neglect?
If the federal financing was changed to incentivize states and counties to provide prevention services and in-home services, I think you would see that children are safer. I think you would see that many more children are with their own families, that there would be less child abuse. It would save the taxpayers a lot of money, and everybody would benefit.
The idea is to bring services to the family right at the point that they're in trouble, right at the point that they're called into the Child Protection Agency, and bring an array of services, really the kinds of things that families need: housing, access to substance abuse and mental health services, respite care, other kinds of things.
If there was a focus on prevention, we definitely would have avoided being in foster care.
If a family is entering foster care because their housing is inadequate, and we can provide them with the housing that would correct for that circumstance, without sounding overly simplistic, that's going to make a difference.
My mother needed addiction treatment, parental classes, and job skills training. The entire family needed counseling.
The funding of the federal government has the absolute wrong incentives to do the right thing.
Federal funding should be focused on the kind of outcomes that the public demands of a child protection system, and that is that children aren't abused or neglected in the first place, that if they're abused or neglected, they don't get harmed again, and that children don't languish in care.
Financial impact of abuse and neglect in the United States is about $104 billion per year.
We've shown in Allegheny County that prevention and family stabilization works, keeps children safer, it improves well-being, it saves taxpayers money, and we must align our federal funding to provide incentives for states to move in this direction.
If the federal funding were aligned with the outcomes, I believe we would see a lower incidence of abuse or neglect, a lower incidence of repeat abuse or neglect, and we would see children spending shorter times in care.
We have got to make children a priority. It just can't be a simple soundbite. It can't be a campaign slogan. It has got to be a commitment at all levels of our nation that we care enough about kids to keep them safe, and we're going to invest money in it.